Excellent evening to everyone. I greet our Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus, the Global President, and we send our regards to the First Lady, Chief Mrs. Motunrayo Badmus. I greet all our daddies and mommies in the house, all the uncles, the great clusterians and non-clusterians. We are all welcome on today's Humanity Revolution of the Global Clusters. We are live now. Mr. Tennyson Jaja, you can play the video of the Humanity Revolution of the Global Clusters. For those who are new here, if you're here for the first time, we are the Global Clusters, the consortium of professionals or those who want to be professionals, entrepreneurs or those who want to be entrepreneurs, technocrats or those who want to become technocrats, where we share accurate knowledge and information because to whom you are connected determines what you collect. And we have our revolution on every day. We meet 5 p.m. and today is the Humanity Revolution. So thank you for joining. Please stay tuned.
Imagine a world bathed in the soft glow of kindness. Picture a bustling marketplace in Marrakesh, where a vendor offers a warm smile and a kind word to a weary traveler. See a young girl in Tokyo offering her seat on the train to an elderly woman, their eyes meeting in a moment of shared humanity. In a small village in the Andes Mountains, neighbors gather to help a family rebuild after a storm, their shared laughter echoing through the valley. These are not isolated acts of charity. They are threads in a vibrant tapestry of compassion that is being woven across the globe. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a larger movement, a revolution of the heart. This is the Humanity Revolution. The Humanity Revolution is not a political movement, nor is it defined by any one religion or ideology. It is a universal calling, an awakening to the interconnectedness of all beings. It is a recognition that we are all part of something larger than ourselves, and that our actions have a ripple effect on the world around us. This revolution is fueled by compassion, the ability to understand and share in the suffering of others. It is driven by empathy, the capacity to step into another person's shoes and see the world through their eyes. And it is sustained by respect, a deep appreciation for the inherent worth and dignity of every human being. The impact of compassion is not merely anecdotal, it is deeply rooted in our biology and woven into the fabric of our communities. Studies have shown that acts of kindness release oxytocin, a hormone that promotes feelings of trust, connection, and well-being. When we are kind to others, we are also kind to ourselves. There are countless examples of how compassion and empathy have transformed lives and communities. In Rwanda, survivors of the genocide have come together to rebuild their shattered nation, offering forgiveness and understanding in the face of unimaginable pain. In the aftermath of natural disasters, we see ordinary people performing extraordinary acts of courage and selflessness, putting the needs of others before their own. The Humanity Revolution is not a spectator sport. It requires each of us to step onto the playing field of life and engage in acts of compassion, empathy, and respect. It challenges us to move beyond our comfort zones, to reach out to those who are different from us, and to extend a hand of friendship to those in need. Start small, smile at a stranger, listen with an open heart, offer a helping hand. These simple acts of kindness may seem insignificant, but they are the building blocks of a more compassionate and just world. Visit theglobalclusters.org to connect with others who are answering the call to action. Together, let us create a world where humanity thrives.
Thank you very much for staying tuned. Welcome to today's Humanity Revolution of the Global Clusters, where we are saying instead of answers, let us come together for Humanity Revolution. Let us learn how to, show kindness to one another. And today's call is for the Chaplain James. So I will be handing over to Chaplain James for today's revolution message. Thank you.
Mm, thank you so much. I want to greet everyone again. A special greetings to the global president for the global cluster and the first lady as well, and all the O1 of different departments in the global cluster. And I want to welcome our moderator and all who are listening to us wherever you are. I want to say welcome to Humanity Revolution. And today is going to be a wonderful day because today is the World Humanitarian Day, and it is also falls on the Humanity Revolution Day and hour. So it is a great pleasure to be here once again. I remain Chaplain Dr. James Mercy Obatumidi, the OO2 for the Humanity Revolution of the Global Cluster, and also the President for World Humanitarian Organization for Peace and Equity. And today, being the World Humanitarian Day, I want us to, even if it is for, let's say, 30 seconds, to have a 30-second silence for the heroes past, those who have fought, those who have worked, those who have, labored for humanity, for the peace of the nation, of the world, and those who have surrendered their lives for peace and for the sake of humanity. Please, wherever we are, can we do that for just 30 seconds to honor them so we will not waste our time? Are we ready to go? The time starts now. Thank you so much. May the soul of our heroes past rest in peace. Amen. Once again, I want to welcome you. Today being the World Humanitarian Day, it all started on 19th August 2003 when a bomb blast or attack happened in the Kana Hotel in Baghdad, Iraq, that killed 22 humanitarians and workers, including the UN Special Representative of the Secretary General for Iraq, so Sergio Verde de Mello. And 5 years later, the United Nations General Assembly adopted the resolution designing 19th of every August as World Humanitarian Day. And since then, World Humanitarian Day has always been remembered, celebrated on August 19th, which today is August 19th, World Humanitarian Day. So each year, World Humanitarian Day focuses on a theme, bringing together partners from across the humanitarian system to advocate to the survivor, well-being, and the dignity of people affected in crisis and for the safety and security of workers. This is the main purpose of this humanitarian day, to advocate for people who have engaged, involved, or victim of one crisis or the other, and to also advocate for the safety and the well-being of people who are still alive, the workers, the security wherever they are. So this is all about the humanitarian day, which we are all celebrating today. But I'm going to throw it open for all of us to talk, to have a voice in this uh, day, World Humanitarian Day. And I also ask us series of questions to be sure if we are truly humanitarians or not. Now, we quickly want to look into the World Humanitarian Day itself, because this is where we see ourselves, the world we have. So, how do we work to protect ourselves? How do we work or campaign to make sure we fight for our rights as workers wherever we are in any organization, be it government, be it non-governmental? We have our rights as workers as well. So, if anything happens, what will be the gain? If anything happens, what will be the result? What will be the end? So we are not just celebrating World Humanitarian Day. It has an history of what happened in 2000, August 19, 2003 to workers. And this is where every organization owners, complete owners, employers, to also consider their workers, people working under them. There should be policy to promote, to protect, to give them safety and also insurance. If anything happens, they also have families, they have children, they have wives at home. So this is all what we're going to look into today. And when we talk about what humanitarian day is, a uh, global anniversary or remembrance, however you want to put it, for humanitarians. So we first look at the protection of humanitarian workers, the protection of humanitarian workers across the globe, not just in one country or one state now. Then also they uphold the international human rights law. The human rights law, we're still going to talk about that maybe some other day. So what are the human rights laws? They also have their rights, so they won't be going working to help others, to save others, and get involved in crisis, and it will just be the end. So if such has been happening and nothing was done about it, you will not see people ready, volunteering to help others, to support others. This is why we're having those humanitarian laws. Then there should be funds for the liveliness of humanitarian workers. That is to support them. They're not just, if we talk about humanitarian, not that they are really getting paid. Most of them are volunteers working to help others. And if anything happens to them, they should also have their safety. All this has to be properly looked into. So therefore, we look into the campaign. It is Act for Humanity campaign. Whenever you hear what humanitarian day, put it in mind that is Act for Humanity campaign. So where we have leaders coming together, individuals to campaign about this. So it is call for action, joint call for action, that we join hands together to make this campaign, and not just to make the campaign, to make it work. So we want a situation wherever you are, whatever organization you have or you are or you belong to, we come together to make this campaign World Humanitarian Day. It's all about humanity. It's all about safety. Yes, it's all about our safety as a security, as a humanitarian workers, or wherever you are as a worker. Now we look into this when we talk about campaign. We look into you using your voice. You can talk. We can talk about it. Every post, every tag, every conversation must be built, you know, to pressure for protection. So you will share, speak, You speak out when anything is happening. When we talk about campaign, you speak out to campaign up. When you see people in any gathering, in any meeting, you meet yourself on social media, let's campaign it that there should be a measure of safety for workers, for humanitarian workers, for securities. You were sleeping because you have to pay them, so they should jeopardize their lives. No, I'm talking about security aspect now. You are sleeping, they are the one at night. Be on guard. So if anything happen, what will be their gain? Will you say because you are paying them, so they should lose their lives? So these things has to be looked into. This is human being. This is humanity. This is humanity. So our lives should be precious to ourselves, to employers, to the general public, even our family. Therefore, when we have campaign like this, everybody should campaign. You can use your voice. Then they should, as I've said earlier, they should be fund. Yes, humanitarian can deliver without safety or support, help keep the aid flowing and protect the workers. They can't survive. There's no support. If workers need life jackets, give to them. Let's provide the life jacket for them. If they need helmets for safety, let's provide the helmet. If they need safety boots for safety, we provide this for them. It's part of what the funds will do to make sure that all those workers have adequate protective measure that can protect them from danger. That can protect them from danger. It's not just even that, like the military now. You want to send people for war, and there's not enough tools, materials, no enough weapons. We don't need to be jeopardizing our lives or just send people to work at risk. So this is what Humanitarian Day is all about, to campaign against the safety of workers and humanitarians. Putting safety in place has to do with what is compulsory and necessary for them to have, every worker. So providing funds will help get all those things for them. So if there's no um, gadgets, equipment, materials, all these logistics in place, then the job can hold on. And all these things should always be available in times of emergency so that they want to work. You know the kind of work they had to take up. You know what you do. So all these things must be in place to save their lives, to save their lives from any danger. I will move to number three. I'll also talk about mobilization. That is, we can across the globe mobilize ourselves from cities, communities to also campaign. Yes, wherever we are. This is all what the humanitarian day is all about. Just to campaign about safety. Because if all these things are not there, if all these things are not there, uh, people in power, in government, might think they are doing the right thing. The leaders might think they are doing the right thing, where they are jeopardizing the lives of their workers. Then the program campaign must be created with purpose. Yes, and there's a way we create. If you are being creative, let's be creative with purpose. Even the when it comes to this campaign, even the artists, you can draw something that will be meaningful. If a storyteller tell a story about things that will bring understanding of people to what safety is all about, so that life will not just be wasted. This is all what the humanitarian day is all about because of what happened in August 19, 2003. If we have, for instance, we have an organization and we want to engage ourselves in programs. If that program we're going for is a area to robbery, stealing, to others, ulams and whatever, security measure should be in place so that we will not endanger the lives of the workers or the security. This is what the campaign is all about. World Humanitarian Day, and this can also be applicable in our homes. In what way? Because as I've been talking since, we are saying it, oh, something of the government, oh, something of the nation, oh, something of the leaders, oh, something of the politicians, oh, something of United Nations. Now let's come down to our home because I always like that coming down to home, what we see around us. If there are things you want your kids to do, make sure you provide safety. It's very important. It might even be in the kitchen. Maybe the one socket is not fine, and you know they have to plug something there or do something. Make sure you freeze this not to come harm or danger at home. To always put safety in place is the best thing anyone could do. If you have things or you want to send your child, any of your children, somewhere, and you know it's late, you don't need to send because there's no security in place. If you know one cannot go, send them tools. It's part of safety. So I don't want you to look at it with a long distance. Come down to yourself that how can I, bring safety to my home? I cannot bring safety to my family. How can I protect my wife in this angle, in that angle? If you're this leaking roof, make sure you do it. Let's put security in place. There are so many things to look into. There are so many things to look into. That's why I want to quickly throw it open so that once we are here or you're hearing us, we'll be able to also add your voice. I don't know how many people we are having online now to also add our voice. What are the things we think we can put safety in place in our homes? In our homes, let's start from homes. Who is on the line here with me? Please, is anyone here? What
Yes,
are
sir.
the
I'm
things we
with
can
you,
put in place at
Chaplain
home?
Dr. James.
Yes, yes, please. What are the things we can put in place at home? At least to bring safety. So let's debate on this. This is World
Yeah.
Humanitarian Day, and it's all about safety. Yes, saving
Yes.
access. Yes, let's
Thank
go
you very
ahead,
much.
please.
Thank you
Yes.
very much for the humanitarian day you have let us know today. I myself was not familiar with that, so I will never forget about that
Mm.
now. So August
Okay.
19 is always the humanitarian day. So may all the
Yes.
fallen heroes about humanity, may their soul rest in peace. Health
Amen.
and safety is very, very important in humanity because without health and safety to keep us ourselves alive, that means the whole population will degenerate. So health and safety is very important in our home, in our workplace. Like you said, it's not just about the leaders. It's not just about the United Nations. It's very important in our home. Just knowing that the floor is slippery and you have to do something about it because somebody else can have a mishappen there, whereby it might lead to health situation or death. So those are the kind of things we need to incorporate ourselves into, even if not because of us, like you said, because
Mm.
of children or maybe neighbors. If we
Yes.
see a naked wire somewhere that we know that, oh, this thing
Very
can
good.
be, very dangerous in the near future. That is an hazard
Mm-hmm.
whereby we need to report it to the, immediate officer that is in charge of those kind of things, and that is
Mm.
keeping health and safety important. And in
Mm.
every other aspect, in even in kindness, in showing kindness, you have to, is the person that you are showing kindness, is the kind of kindness you're showing, is it safe for that person? So we should always put in
Mm.
check about safety of ourselves and others, even if it's
Mm.
at work or even if it's at home. So I don't know if there's
Mm.
any other person on the line as well. That will be my submission for now, sir. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. If you still have any other on the line, they can join us. We need to make this open. So far, I said to be open to open to this. If like the naked wire you talk about is very important, especially where children can easily hold, it has to be looked into for safety. Even the kitchen, if you realize that the cylinder is not that fine or this, it can can bring problem. There's leaking somewhere. Let's make it work. Let's do it. If there's anything broken, spoiled that can bring problem, let's quickly visit for the safety of the children or your family. All these things are very important. They are very important. Safety, safety. Please let's look into that. If your gate is not properly signed, it's not fit, it's not fair, you know that it can fall on anyone. Do it. It is not on when evil happen. When crisis happen, you now want to quickly run and do it. So if we see things like that, safety and security is very, very important. Safety and security. Even if your door has no key, something broken, fix it for security purposes. What is these are very important. It's not about the United Nations, this or that. No, it's about ourselves. It's about our homes. It's about our staffs. It's about our boss. It's about our family. It's about ourselves. So we don't take it too far. Let's come down home and see how we're going to put safety and security in place. It's very, very important. Even it might be your car. If they begin to give one sound and you know the sound have not been there before, you shouldn't have the confidence of driving it here and there. Safety first. Safety. You will quickly stop, call your mechanic to know what can I do. Can it still be manageable to the workshop to be worked on, or the mechanic will come and meet you there and do something. Because if care is not taken, it can take life. You see some people risking things. This life does not have any duplicates. So that is why we need to just, put safety in place, security in place. Is very, very important. And there are a lot of things we need to look into. There are a lot of things. Putting, safety in place. All these things, let it be uh, what we look into daily. Let's be what we look into daily. It's part of what who can really save us. Yes, can really save us. If we put safety and security mayor, consider them every day that I must look into this. Do we have anyone in the house that might want to also talk about what we are saying? How to put safety and security in place as a day of campaign, World Humanitarian Day. Do we still have anyone? Do we still have anyone? So we don't have much time to spend today. If we are not having much to that people want to contribute, you can go back to the video and listen to what we have said today. World Humanitarian Day is all about our heroes past, and also how to advocate, how to campaign about the safety. So it is not just woman's job; it is our job. You can use your voice. You can fund to support. You can use medias, however, to also campaign for safety, for security to be in place for all humanitarian workers, all civil workers, all social workers. All these are very important that we need to really work on. So thank you so much for listening and be part of this today's humanity revolution program of the global cluster. So I remain Chaplain James Messi Obatumide, the OO2 of Humanity Revolution, and also the President for World Humanitarian Organization for Peace and Equity. So thank you for having me today. Thank you. I want to listen if there's any question.
Thank you very much, sir. Chaplain James. Thank you for all you do for humanity. We say thank you to our global president in person of Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus, who has made this platform happen for all of us to be able to benefit from great people like yourself. And people might think the message might be really short today, but it means a lot and it goes a long way and it will be evergreen because the place of safety in humanity is undeniable, is very, very important. We have to always put the safety of ourselves, of our families, of our colleagues, of our properties, which we should always put the safety in check. And that will be doing a lot of work for humanity. Yes, no matter where we find ourselves, we should always be aware of our safety. We should be aware of our security. We should make sure we are keeping ourselves and others safe. There can be, slip and fall. So if there's any way we can avoid it, even if we are not saving ourselves, we are saving somebody else, and that is kindness towards humanity. And that is why we are here today on the humanity revolution of the global clusters, where we are saying we don't need to go out and protesting for NSAS. Let's come together. Let's collaborate. Let's see how we all can, make the country be a better place. And it all starts with all of us. And that is why the place of safety is one of the most important things where we all need to, be wise. We know how bad it is all over the world now. We should always be aware, using the digital to even check for information, finding out, doing our own research for ourselves and for others to make sure we are safe physically and in other ways mentally and every way possible. So if we don't have any other submission here today, Tenishin Jaja, is there any other person on the line? Or do you want to give your submission as well, our host?
Let's call it a day if it's not available. So thank you everyone for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us on the Global Clusters Humanity Revolution today. On Thursday, sorry, on Tuesdays, we meet for Humanity Revolution, whereby we share the information on how we can make ourselves available to humanity and being helpful to others. Thank you, our global president, for letting us have this platform. Thank you, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus. Thank you, all great clusterians. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.